What do you want your child to be? What do you want your student to be? The ultimate goal, as far as Hasidim are concerned, is not the performance of mitzvahs as obligations, discipline, threat, reward and punishment. It's not what we want. We want our children to live a holy life. We want their life to be holy. What exactly is life? You never know what life is going to give you. Life means your enthusiasm and your pleasure. What is your pleasure? What are you enthusiastic about? That's life. It's not this activity or that activity. It's the life in the activity. Whatever you're doing it with energy, with life. What is that life? So, to make a long story very short, in 7 generations, or maybe more, starting from the Baal Shem Tov, we basically implanted into human beings the ability to live a holy life, a godly life, which means to find pleasure and enthusiasm in godliness. It's an amazing revolution. It's an amazing accomplishment. It's practically superhuman, but Chassidus accomplished it. Human beings, ordinary human beings, excited and enthusiastic about godliness. I'm not sure it ever existed before. There were people in the past who were very enthusiastic about mitzvahs. They were very enthusiastic about Torah. Talmud Torah keneged kulam. It was their whole life. They couldn't bear to stop learning for a minute. Godliness? They didn't even know what that meant. It was not part of their vocabulary. They had a Yetzer Hara, they had a Yetzer Tov. They were very excited about doing good things and not doing bad things. Nobody knew that they had a Nefesh Elikis. Nobody knew that they were capable of godliness. They knew that they were capable of goodness. And they were excited about that. Chassidus made it possible to actually be excited about Elokus. Meaning, again, very practical. What does it mean to be excited about godliness? It means being excited about the Eibishter's needs and wants. Didn't exist before. The Mishnah a long time ago said, don't do a mitzvah for the sake of a reward, for the sake of the schar, do it without the schar. What did that mean? People did mitzvahs because it felt good. There's your schar. It shouldn't feel good. How could it not feel good? It's a mitzvah. That famous story, somebody said to the Tzemach Tzedek, what should I do? I don't enjoy learning. And Tzemach Tzedek said, what should I do? I do enjoy learning. So if you enjoy learning, what's the problem? Huh?
It's not as much of a schar.
No, because that's not the reason why we learn. We don't learn because we enjoy it. We learn
Because
that's what the Eibishter tells us to do. And because we need to know what to do, not because we enjoy it.
I read someplace a really nice way of expressing this. A guy asked a question, a simple question. You open up the Gemara, and you learn in the Gemara how to calculate the size of a mikveh. If you have a square mikveh and you want to convert it into a round mikveh, what would be the difference in volume or whatever? Or the other way around, from round to square. How do you figure that out? You learn that piece of Gemara, and it's basically mathematics. And then you run out of time, that's all you can learn that day. All you learned that day was a mathematical equation. Supposed to make a bracha for that? Were you Mekayim the mitzvah of Talmud Torah?
Yes.
You could have learned exactly the same thing in a math book. Exactly the same thing. Or you read a story in Torah. It was an event. There are 4 rivers that come out of Gan Eden. You take a look on a map, you'll find the 4. It's not a chiddush in Torah. You can find that same information someplace else. You still have to make a bracha, and are you fulfilling the mitzvah of Talmud Torah? So of course the answer is yes, but the way this guy put it was very nice. He says, if you get a love letter from somebody you love, are you hoping to find new information? Why would you read that letter? Because in that letter you're going to find out things that nobody else knows. Not at all. It's not what's in the letter, it's who it's from. Isn't that a beautiful way of saying it? You're not learning Torah because you need information. Not even Torah information. You don't need it. I don't want to know how a korban was cut up and prepared and whether the liver goes on top of the kidney. I don't want to know that. So why do I learn it? Not because of what it says, but because of who is saying it.
And what's wrong with liking that? What's wrong with enjoying it?
That's fine. But godliness means I am enthusiastic about this learning because of who said it, not because I love to learn. So loving to learn is nice. It's not godliness. So Tzemach Tzedek said, what should I do? I love to learn. Not, I shouldn't love and then I'll have a nesoyin and then I'll have to overcome my Yetzer Hara. He didn't have a Yetzer Hara. It was a Rebbe. So he wanted Dafka to have problems and not want to learn. The wanting to learn is holy. But there's something higher than that, which is godly. And the pleasure of learning kind of distracts a little bit from the godliness. That's like if your husband, you ask your husband to buy flowers, and he brings home flowers, and he goes on and on and on about how beautiful they are. That's nice. Did he buy them because they're beautiful, or did he buy them because you asked? So it's a little confusing. If your husband comes home and says, "Hey, you wanted the flowers here. I'm not into flowers." That's not very nice. On the other hand, if he comes home and he says, "These flowers, I love them. They're so." Is this about you or is this about me? So what's the balance there? If a husband says, "I bought these flowers because I think you like these the most," that's a husband. So when you do a mitzvah and you're thinking, "I love this. This is my favorite mitzvah." Excuse me? Whose mitzvah is it? On the other hand, you say, "Oh, you wanted me to say a bracha? Fine, I said it, all right?" No, that doesn't work either. The best thing is, I said the bracha, I think it's the way you wanted me to. I hope I said it right. That's godliness. So what do we want with our children? We don't want just good kids. Wouldn't be bad to have some good, but it's not enough. We want something special, and that special is to have enthusiasm and pleasure in godliness. And to get there, you have to grow gradually, step by step. Life means pleasure. What kind of a life do you have? What gives you pleasure? What gives you pain? That's how you measure life. Can life actually be godly? You can actually wake up enthusiastic about Him? Does that sound a little unrealistic? Can you wake up and really be enthusiastic about Him, meaning your husband? Or is that also too idealistic? I can be excited about the money he makes. I can be excited about the fact that he helps me when I need help. I can be excited about the fact that he has a good sense of humor, puts me in a good mood. I can be excited about the fact that he's big and strong and can open jars that I can't open. Are you excited about him? Yeah, what's so excited about him? Is that too idealistic? Or is that really what marriage is? Makes a huge difference how we raise children.